Good evening. Now we at Safe Harbor love cinema, and the questions in this game have previously been used for our live movie-themed quizzes. Tonight's game is split into 5 difficulty levels, so if you feel like the questions are too easy for you, feel free to skip to the next one. Good luck! Alright, question 1. What movie is called Mom, I've Missed the Plane in France? The answer is Home Alone. Question 2. What actress portrayed both a British Prime Minister and an American President? The answer is Meryl Streep in The Iron Lady and Don't Look Up, respectively. Question 3. One day, Mike Myers was in a silly mood and started flirting with his wife in an English accent. The woman laughed and told him he should write that routine down. That was the birth of what legendary film character? The answer is Austin Powers. Question 4. What is modeled after the Neuschwanstein Castle in Bavaria? The answer is the Disney Castle in the company's logo, as well as the castles in Sleeping Beauty and Cinderella. Question 5. What does Ray Romano have to do with a mammoth? The answer is Romano voiced Manny the mammoth in the Ice Age movies. Question 6. What film had the tagline "You don't get to 500 million friends without making a few enemies"? The answer is The Social Network. Question 7. In what movie does Jack Nicholson confess to Helen Hunt she makes him want to be a better man? The answer is As Good as It Gets. Question 8. What actress utters the following line in a movie? I'd have to be pretty stupid to write a book about killing and then kill him the way I described in my book. I'd be announcing myself as the killer. I'm not stupid. The answer is Sharon Stone in Basic Instinct. Question 9. What musical instruments can be seen dueling in Deliverance? The answer is banjos. Question 10. What character from a 1960s spaghetti western was the inspiration for a Quentin Tarantino movie? The answer is Django. Question 1. What do Russell Crowe, Nicole Kidman, Hugh Jackman, Cate Blanchett, Chris Hemsworth, and Jeffrey Rush have in common? The answer is they're all Australians. Question 2. What word was intentionally omitted from the screenplay of The Godfather? The answer is Mafia. Question 3. What science fiction movie sequel features a character referred to as the Architect? The answer is Matrix Reloaded. Question 4. In 1965, an American engineer founded a company producing noise reduction equipment. His first name was Ray. What was his last name? The answer is Dolby. Question 5. When on Arrakis, why do you have to walk without rhythm? The answer is in order to avoid attracting a worm. Question 6. Finish the following line from Moulin Rouge. The greatest thing you'll ever learn is... The answer is just to love and be loved in return. Question 7. If 1080 and 1920 refer to the number of pixels, what does 30 refer to? The answer is the frame rate, that is the number of frames per second. Question 8. What do Alec Baldwin, Harrison Ford, Ben Affleck and Chris Pine have in common? The answer is they all portrayed Jack Ryan. Alec Baldwin in The Hunt for Red October, Harrison Ford in Patriot Games and Clear and Present Danger, Ben Affleck in The Sum of All Fears, and Chris Pine in Jack Ryan, Shadow Recruit. Question 9. Name the 3 movies in the Cornetto trilogy. The answer is Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, and The World's End. Question 10. What Michael Douglas movie inspired the Iron Maiden song Men on the Edge? The answer is Falling Down. Question 1. In 1963, Warner Brothers built a set on one of its lots in Burbank, California, to impersonate London's Covent Garden for what movie? The answer is My Fair Lady. Question 2. Spell the first name of the actress who played the lead role in Lady Bird. The answer is Saoirse. Question 3. What do John F. Kennedy's assassination and Wes Craven's iconic horror series featuring a man with a disfigured face have in common? The answer is JFK was assassinated on Elm Street in Dallas. Question 4. In what movie does the main character get thrown out of a taxi because he doesn't like the Eagles? The answer is The Big Lebowski. Question 5. What film did Samuel L. Jackson make on his fans' insistence and then, when it came out, it flopped? The answer is Snakes on a Plane. Question 6. Why weren't the Soviets allowed to see Star Wars? The answer is because the movie was considered an allegory on the fight of the Western world against the USSR, and thus propagandistic in nature. Reagan calling the Soviet Union an empire of evil certainly didn't help the matters. Question 7. What Terry Gilliam movie was strongly inspired by George Orwell's 1984? The answer is Brazil. Question 8. What movie did Stanley Kubrick direct between The Shining and Eyes Wide Shut? The answer is Full Metal Jacket. Question 9. Back in the early 1980s, the American linguist Mark Okrand developed what fictional language? The answer is Klingon. Question 10. What actress' relationship with her conservative parents soured because of her role as an adult movie star in Boogie Nights? The answer is Heather Grams. Question 1. What two Japanese classics were released in 1954? And don't worry, if you love movies, you would have definitely heard of them. The answer is Seven Samurai and Godzilla. Question 2. What 1981 animated film was an anthology of loosely connected fantasy stories and featured copious amounts of adult content? The answer is Heavy Metal. Question 3. Fill in the blanks in the following quote by Charlie Chaplin. Life is a blank when seen in close-up, but a blank in long shot. The answer is tragedy and comedy respectively. Question 4. Why did Stanley Kubrick have the sets from 2001 A Space Odyssey destroyed? The answer is, back in those days, reusing movie props was a common practice. Understandably, Kubrick didn't want that to happen to his baby. Many years later, they had to rebuild the sets for Peter Hyams' sequel. Question 5. What movie finally brought together Hong Kong megastars Jackie Chan and Jet Li? The answer is Forbidden Kingdom. Question 6. What restaurant chain was founded by Arnold Schwarzenegger, Sylvester Stallone, Bruce Willis and Demi Moore? The answer is Planet Hollywood. Question 7. In 1979, what British movie was advertised in Sweden with the tagline, "So funny it's banned in Norway"? The answer is Life of Brian. Question 8. On a movie set, what does the abbreviation DP stand for? The answer is Director of Photography. Question 9. What film contributed to the creation of the first US federal internet policy, the Counterfeit Access Device and Computer Fraud and Abuse Act of 1984? The answer is War Games. Question 10. What computer game movie adaptation was released in 1993, starred Dennis Hopper as the villain, and was universally hated by the critics, the audiences, and the actors themselves? The answer is Super Mario Bros. Question 1. A technical question. What creative decision was reached by the makers of The Lighthouse, Blonde, The Whale, The Maestro, and Saltburn? The answer is, all these films were shot in a 4:3 format. Question 2. When Malcolm McDowell met Gene Kelly at a party, the latter refused to shake his hand and walked away in disgust. Why? The answer is, Kelly wasn't too impressed by McDowell's rendition of Singing in the Rain in Clockwork Orange during the gruesome assault scene. In fact, it was McDowell's idea. Question 3. Who directed both Audrey Tautou and Sigourney Weaver in their most celebrated roles? The answer is Jean-Pierre Jeunet, who directed both Amélie and Alien Resurrection. Question 4. Out of the 50 highest-grossing movies released in the 2010s, how many were based on a completely original idea, that is not on an existing franchise or intellectual property? The answer is 3. Yes, 3. Question 5. What Hong Kong director gained fame with his bullet ballets in the 80s and 90s? The answer is John Woo, the director of The Killer, Hard Boiled, A Better Tomorrow, Bullet in the Head, Face Off, and Broken Arrow. Question 6. In what science fiction comedy does Sarah Jessica Parker's head end up being attached to a little dog's body? The answer is Mars Attacks. Question 7. What actress inspired the song Initials BB by Serge Gainsbourg? The answer is Brigitte Bardot. Question 8. What language do the Minions speak? The answer is Minionese, or the banana language. Question 9. What year did Independence Day, The Rock, Eraser, Phenomenon, From Dusk Till Dawn, and Twister come out? The answer is 1996. Question 10. What cyberpunk box office bomb was based on a short story by Neuromancer author William Gibson and featured Keanu Reeves, Dina Meyer, and Dolph Lundgren? The answer is Johnny Mnemonic. If you enjoyed this video, please take a moment to hit the like button and let me know how well you did in the comments. It would really help me grow the channel. Thank you for your time and have a peaceful night.